Now being after 7, we're going to get started with our agenda. We are having this meeting remotely as advertised as on our agenda. We have just a couple of petitions that are on our agenda tonight because we have petition 2126 for Pine Street being continued to the May 24th meeting. We have a signed continuance for that. And also 17 Crossman Ave is being continued to the May 24th meeting. So let me, and we also have the wind development 2101 is continued to the May 9th meeting. So I'm just gonna make a motion to continue those matters as described to those dates. Do I have a second for that motion?
Second.
Okay, so we'll roll call because we are remote. So I am yes, Heather,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, and then the next item of business is meeting minutes. We have, I think, a couple of months or a couple of meetings. Did anyone need more time to review meeting minutes or have any comments on the proposed ones? Hearing none. Let's see, we have meeting minutes. What are the meetings that we have? What dates are they, Marissa?
March 2nd, excuse me, March 22nd and April 15th. April 12th, sorry.
I'll make a motion to approve those two meeting minutes as provided to us in the email earlier today. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
And do a roll call. So I'm a yes. Paula,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Tony.
Yes.
Okay, great. And then next we'll go to the next item on the agenda. I'm going to take the two petitions on. We have the Swampscott Housing Authority properties, Cherry Street, and for Duncan Terrace, I believe it is.
And Burrrill Street.
On Burrrill Street. I'm going to take those together. So is there anyone here on those petitions?
Yes, Richard Callahan is here, the chair of the Swampscott Housing Authority.
Yes, Mr. Callahan, how are you?
Very good. Yourself, Mr. Kransky.
I'm doing fine. Good to have you here. Can you tell us briefly about the petitions?
We felt it'd be appropriate to have some signs made up that were good looking and proper and low key to provide the address for the housing authority, the home office, a phone number for contact purposes. And also we felt that it would be advantageous to our tenants if they had the name outside of the property, if they're expecting any deliveries or anything else. And it kind of dress up the front of the buildings.
Okay, and I see that we have photos that have the proposed location on Burrrill Street, and I have on Cherry Street. And then there's the proposed two-sided sign. Dimensionally, so do you know what type of relief you need from us here? Just the special permit for signs, no dimensional relief for the sign, right?
I'm sorry, Mark, I could barely hear you.
What I said was the relief you need from us is just a special permit to have the sign in that zoning district.
Yeah.
You don't need any dimensional relief per se for the sign that you're aware of, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. Any questions from anyone on the board?
I can't help it. I got a stupid question. Why wouldn't they be blue? I mean, home of the big blue and all. Yeah.
That's a good question. Mr. Callahan?
You got me on that one.
Okay. All right. That's my question. Let's move on.
Well, we can approve it as shown or in blue for the big blue color.
What, on our street signs blue now? Or our street signs green?
I think they're blue. We changed,
Yeah.
or a certain number of them are.
Yeah, the new models have all turned to blue. I don't know anybody else with me. Come on, Heather, you guys.
I'm with you on that. I would, I think we should leave it in the petitioner's discretion, but with a strong recommendation that the sign be blue. Similar color to
Problem
it.
is that we've already, the signs have been delivered and they're already
Oh,
Oh,
in
right.
anticipation of approval.
all right, next time around.
yeah, when they get replaced, if they need to be replaced.
That comments will be repeated when we get to our next meeting.
Okay, all right, so do I have, is there anyone that want to be heard on these petitions?
If there is any comment from the public, you may use the raise your hand function to ask your question or voice your comment. I have Diana Weinstein with her hand raised.
Okay,
I'm in a butter to the Duncan Terrace area. Could you, I saw the proposed placing of the signs for Doherty and, okay. So which one is it for Duncan? Okay, all right. So it's gonna face outward from the door to the street. Okay. Right next to the mailboxes.
Yep.
Fine. Thank you. That's all I was concerned about. As you can see, I'm right next door and I was just wondering where the signs were going to be placed. Thank you. I appreciate
okay, thank you.
your thoughts. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks. Anyone else that wanted to be heard about these petitions?
Again, you may use the raise your hand function. Seeing none.
Okay, does anyone want to make a motion on this petition? You don't even need to use the raise your hand function from the board. You can just say, I'll make that motion.
I can write this one.
Oh,
I'm gonna move to approve petition. What petition number is it, Marissa?
It is 22-02, letters A through C.
2202 A through C to approve 3 signs for the Housing Authority buildings.
okay. All right. Do we have a second on
I'll
that?
second it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a roll call. So Heather's a yes, she made the motion. Andy,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
and I am a yes. So you have your relief, Mr. Callahan.
It's much appreciated, Mark and Marissa. I want to thank you, board members. Thank you, and everybody stay healthy.
You too.
You too.
Thanks, Dick.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next matter that we have on our agenda is, and the final matter, petition 2203, now being after 7 p.m. MICHAEL JONCYZK, not sure if I have that pronounced correctly, 166 Puritan Road.
That's correct.
Okay, all right, well, welcome.
Thank you.
So could you tell us about a little bit about your,
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the board for hearing my proposal. I'm a new homeowner here in Swampscott, and I recently purchased 166 to 168 Puritan Lane and Puritan Road, I'm sorry. And we're renovating the home now with a plan to build a porch that would go to the second and third floor. Now, you can see on the surveyor's plan there that if the porch was built, there would be pretty much 4 posts placed. And because the home is at an angle to the road, one of the posts, the one on the far right, would be enclosed within the 20-foot zoning restriction. It would be placed at 18 feet. The other remaining posts would all be in appropriate position past the 20-foot zoning laws. And what I am asking, if the board could grace me the 2 feet of the 18 of 20 feet that I was planning on placing that post. And I actually spoke to my neighbors about this to see if they had any opposition or if they felt that that would impede on their view, and they had no issues with that at all. And I provided them with both the signed document saying that they are okay with that. And so I'm really just asking for one post to be moved 2 feet closer in the 20-foot zoning restriction.
So you say, I just want to understand about the area that's going to be constructed above the post.
Absolutely.
So what is extending out as far as that post into the front yard?
So there will be 4 posts that hold up a porch on the second floor. And the porch is just a lookout that will be about 3 feet. And the one on the far right, when you're looking from the aerial view, will be the one within the 20-foot zoning.
Yep. Okay. And I see I see neighbor support, one of the items.
I do. I have both neighbors on each side that would potentially, obstruct their view or they might have any complaints.
Marissa, can you open that up so we can just take a look at what's in that neighbor support?
Is it showing right now?
It's there, we just got to click on it. I mean, it's just showing it clicked on. You double click. Okay. All right. So I see a consent. So that, can you go down just a little bit so we can see who it's from?
Right here at the top, D Donato, 164 Puritan.
Yeah. And their name is shown on the plot plan.
And then he provided them with a copy of the plot plan.
Yep.
I did.
And then
On the other side. Yep. Okay. Great. All right. So is there anyone that wanted to be heard about this petition? You can use the raise your hand feature.
we currently have no other attendees online.
Okay. Is there anyone from the board that has any questions about this petition?
Just have one maybe dumb question. It's in the application. It's requesting a special permit for non-conforming uses or structures. What's the non-conformity? It's not frontage, right? Because it's got enough frontage.
It's undersized.
Is it undersized?
Yeah, it's a 12,000 foot lot.
Yeah.
So it's got to be undersized in that district.
Oh, no, 10,000 in that.
10,000.
Oh, really? Oh,
On
sorry.
the plot plan. So on this, it's non-conforming because on the side yard, the required is 7.5. Oh, no,
He's got
they're
10.
conforming there. They're 10.5, 10.
I think maybe he checked non-conforming because he's out of balance and he really just needed to check dimensional special permit.
I think so. I think you see to the dimensional special permit, but that's okay. We're, better too much notice,
Yeah.
Right.
not enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's within the 20% relief that we give to everybody.
Right.
And in fairness, the way the house is built, angled because of the side yard,
Right.
this is a no-brainer.
I agree. Feel
So I'll
like
make
making a
the
motion,
decision.
Andy?
Sure. I'll
Right,
make
great.
a motion to approve the petition of MICHAEL JONCYZK for 166, 168 Puritan Road to add a front porch within the side setback and within the front setback and getting dimensional relief from the required 20 feet to 18 feet as per the plan and plot plan supplied.
Do we have a second?
Second.
So Andy made the motion. He's a yes. Tony,
Yes.
Paula,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
and I am a yes. So Michael, you have your relief 5-0. Andy will write a decision. He'll submit that to the town clerk. There's a 20-day appeal period. After that expires, you can get a copy of that decision with the certification from the clerk, and you'll be able to record that at the Registry of Deeds.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, welcome to town.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
All right, everyone. So that's it. 7.
It'd be a record, 7:17.
Yeah.
This is the new format, 2 petitions a month. They can go only 10 minutes.
We're gonna have a limit, just 2.
Yeah.
You have to be
Yep.
brief. Hey, we earned it. The other.
You guys have had a busy last few months, so
So our next hearing is May 9th.
correct. At the
and
high school,
At the high school in person, and that's Elm Place.
yes.
Okay, and I hope that we're gonna wrap up and have a vote that evening.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All
And then
right.
we have the 24th, the final Tuesday of the month, because town meeting is the week before.
And
So,
what else do we have on for town for that May 24th? Just Pine Street right now?
Pine Street, Crosman Ave,
Crosby.
and I am expecting a new filing for the addition of an attic. So an addition of a half story at 93 Kensington. Hasn't been
well,
filed yet.
I have another question. Mark, did you make the cut on town meeting?
I would assume I did. I've been trying to get off it for years, much like the ZBA, but I keep getting brought back.
There you
There were
go.
only 30 people, I think, on the ballot for 54 spots.
Right.
So if I didn't make it. So.
Well, now that I know you want to get off next year, I'm not going to vote for you.
Well, before I was on, I'll give you guys just a very brief story. The first time I ran for town meeting, it was much more contested. It was, I think maybe the high school was going up at that time or something, or one of the proposals for it. And I got a call from Chris Drukas, and he said, Mark, I'm at town hall, 3 people tied for the last spot on town meeting. And we're going to draw straws. Do you want to come down for it? I said, no, go ahead. And they kept me on the phone. They said, whoever we draw isn't going to serve, because there was only 2. They drew my name, so I was out. I didn't serve. So I get home, I tell my wife, and she says to me, oh my God, I am so sorry. I forgot to vote.
Ah, perfect.
So she said, she said, are you angry with me? I said, oh no, I would have taken that to my grave. I can't believe you told me.
That's a good story. You know, you hear like you always joke about that. What happens in now it really happened. Well, that's a great story. I'm going to pass that on.
Yeah, that's funny. Can't believe she told me.
Yep. All right.
All
Okay,
right,
let's close
everybody.
it up.
So we'll see you in May.
On the 9th.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for making it tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
All right, guys.
All right, see you the
Good
next
night,
week.
everyone.
Night, bye.
Thanks,
Good
Melissa.
night.